Back again. Hopefully it works this time. Hi, y'all. Second live in a week. Truly inspired. I could talk about all things love and relationships all day long, but I am surprising myself by doing 2 lives in a week. And I have invited a guest to join us. I'm hoping that Kimberly could join us on screen. It's not giving me the option to invite you. It's just telling me that you're watching. See, Janice is watching. Hey, Janice, but it's giving her the option to bring up Kimberly. I don't know. Maybe it's something on your end, but this is not working. We got to try it again. I only get the wave option for you, Kimberly, not the bring them on screen. So I think maybe you are hitting a different link. What about now? Hi, Janet. Can't wait to see you. What about now, Kimberly? Did you get the option yet? Hi, Clarissa. I'm surprising myself, y'all. 2 lives in a week. It's a quick topic, though. Quick topic. Just trying to get Kimberly on screen. This is not giving me the option. Can't wait to see y'all soon. I missed you when I came to Atlanta. Janice, I'm going to see you soon for real. Hey, Ivan. My brother and sister in love on here. This is going to be real quick. I definitely wanted to jump on and do a quick live. Because I could talk about, love and relationships all day long. Love saved my life, so I feel strongly about it. I feel really strongly about it. But this is a real quick one because we have to eat, y'all. Last night we had late. Oh, I might have to do it without you. Oh, Kimberly. Yeah, it's really, really odd. You're the only person that didn't have the bring guests up on the screen. Hi, good to see you. All things love and relationships. Kimberly and I were talking. Kimberly, I was trying to bring her up on the screen. And we were talking about, hey, Kevin, so glad you're doing well. Oh, guy. Chicago, we're sending all our prayers and covering to you. Just be safe and warm. I'm from New Orleans, too. The minute I try to think about complaining about the weather, I say Chicago, and shut my mouth. I just can't. I can't complain. So know that we're definitely in our prayers, and everyone that's, dealing with this weather, definitely stay covered. But I wanted to do a really quick live just on the topic of how we show up as partners and teammates in this thing called love. And what we find a lot of times is how people are arguing and really want to be right versus both of y'all being all right. And so I want to do a quick live because I know this weekend is all about teams and playing and sports and this competitiveness. And I just don't want that type of competitiveness to be in your relationships. That's the whole inspiration for me jumping on here real quick. This is a weekend and a lot of people are into sports. Super Bowl is coming up. All-Star people are already thinking about basketball, All-Star game. And relationships is really no place for competition. Healthy relationships, y'all. Everything that we do in WhenLoveWorks. Can I back up? Colin and I co-founded WhenLoveWorks, your one-stop shop for all things healthy relationships. Now that's in your personal, with your partner, with your family, and with your friends, right? So that's your colleagues, your friendships, your family members, and with your partner. And we believe in all things healthy relationships in those 4 areas. So I know this weekend is the beginning of a lot of competition and sports conversation and competitiveness. And I just want to do a real quick live just to make sure that in your relationship, you're not making room for competition and fighting and arguing. Because there are a lot of times when you just want to be right. And I'm just pushing back and asking you to make sure that y'all are right. There's a difference between being right and wanting y'all to be all right. So if there's any conflict, it's okay to talk about it. But in the middle of it, make sure that you're checking in with yourself and seeing if your motive is to be right or to make sure y'all are right. Colin, you come and join me? Only because, again, competition is good for sports. It's good for, hey, Diane. Hey, Gary. It's good for sports. It's good for other areas of your life. But when it comes to healthy love relationships, y'all, let the competition go. Make sure that you and your partner are all right. Any conflict, like I said yesterday, that's coming up is really wanting you two to sit down and give it some attention. If that thing is popping up in your relationship, it's asking you to sit down and say, okay, honey, how can we customize how we gonna deal with this thing? Because it's asking you to sit down and do some work. Sit down and think about how are we gonna navigate this. That's the real work of relationships. Don't let the conflict beat y'all behind. If it's coming up, it's asking you to do something about it. Don't make your healthy relationship turn into a situationship because one partner can't talk about something. You get offended whenever they bring it up. Or you don't want to hear anything about yourself. Or you feel like when you have to bring it up, you don't feel comfortable talking. And that's why I want to be in y'all head. I want y'all to hear me and Colin's voice. That's going into a situationship. Stop. Let's talk about it. It's just conflict. Conflict is not a negative thing when it comes to relationships. That's why competition does so well. That's why sporting teams will continue to make a lot of money because it's just two people going for the same goal. And I want in your relationships for you all to remember what's the goal. What's the goal of your relationship? Are you trying to be right and every time a conflict comes up, or are you trying to make sure that y'all are right? That y'all two are working on something that's going to be unique, that's going to be customized to your specs, that's going to be, special for you and your partner. Hey, John. Couple nights in a row, I'm surprising myself. Love you. Can't wait to see you. I'm surprising myself with these couple lives. But yeah, I just really wanted to jump on here real quick because competition has no place in a healthy love relationship. And I don't want you to take it personal in that, okay, you want to have a conversation about something that, y'all got into an argument. That's fine. I just want you to remember that during those arguments, they don't have to turn into a competition about who's right. You are a good person and the person you're with is a good person. You're not debating that fact. You're really going over the action that the person did, not the person. You're not calling them a bad person. You're just saying, listen, this behavior that you're doing, we have to get this out of our relationship. It's just not going to work. Relationships that's not the place for us to get into competition mode and try to be right. That's the place for us to say, all right, what we going to do for both of us to be all right. So if you sense yourself in the middle of an argument, really fighting to get your point across, then I'm like challenging you today to say, listen, table it. You're not going to get a medal when you win that argument. So just table it. Like calm your, competitive nature down and just say, you know what, right now, I know that I'm trying to win. And that's not good for us. Bow out. Say, listen, I'm trying to win. That's not good. Let me just stop talking. Can we talk about this another time? Because I'm not in a good place. And this is something we really have to talk about and get a collaborative solution around. But I'm not in a good place. I'm just thinking about how do I win? Conflict is a great motivator for you two to have a conversation around what y'all gonna co-create. Use the 4 A's. We love the 4 A's, y'all. Like, it's a special in and out tool to use around any conflict, and for both of you all to co-create the solution. You acknowledge what's going on. You like really clear in your head, this is a conflict we have to deal with. You address it. But remember, take all those emotions out. If you're trying to win the argument around that thing, you're not ready to have the conversation. Step away from it. You may get an apology with the third A. You may. And the last A, we're going to help you work through in any of our series. Like, you're going to hear us talk about the 4 A's in everything we do. Her toolbox, dating toolbox, couple toolbox, pro toolbox. Because the 4 A's is how you get to the customized solution for you and your family member, you and your colleague, you and your friend, or you and your partner. Use those 4 A's to death. And we want to practice with you. Join any of the series, we'll practice with you. But the 4 A's is just letting you know, listen, it's a conflict we have to have a conversation around. And this is how to do it. You said give them to you again? The 4 A's. Customized to WhenLoveWorks. This will really sets us apart, y'all. Whenever something come up, you ready, Clarissa? Get your notepad ready. The first A is address. That's literally you in your head saying, yeah, something is going on. I have to talk about this. This thing is bothering me. I'm offended by this, or my partner hurt me in some way, whatever. Your colleague hurt, whatever the behavior is. That's the first A. The second A is, the first A is acknowledge. You just acknowledging something happened. The second A is address. You have to talk about it. Remember what I said in my live the other day. You don't want to create a situationship. You want to be able to communicate. So the second A is address. But in our work, we help you practice how you talk about it. You have to communicate, but it's the how to. And so the second A, address, really challenges you to take all your emotions out. Remove it from your body language. Take it out your tone. And just say, listen, this is one thing that we have to talk about. You can't be afraid to talk about it, though. Because remember, if you're afraid, then that's going into a situationship. You can't be in a good place at work if you're in a situationship. You can't be in a good place with your family member if you're afraid to talk. Love and fear can't coexist. So use the 4 A's to just push through any fear. The second A is address. You have to say what you have to say. The third A is the apology. And that's when you're leaving a space for the other person to say, you know what, Clarissa? You're right. You called me on that behavior. I'm sorry. Now, I know y'all. People don't say I'm sorry. I get it. People don't say that. I get it. But leave the space there. And the last A is accountability. And this is what really sets us apart in our work, in that we challenge you to come up with a creative way to ask that person, what are they going to do not to do that again? Like, if you give me a specific, Clarissa, we could role play right now. But literally, that last A is called accountability, because you have to get creative. You have to ask the person, ask the colleague, ask the family member, ask the friend, ask the partner, what are you going to do going forward not to do blank again? And it's a special way that we do the 4 A's with you to make sure that you're more comfortable using the 4 A's. Because love and fear can't coexist. So the only time you're not comfortable communicating your hurt to someone is because you're afraid of something. Afraid that the relationship gonna change. Afraid of losing something. And I'm challenging you all the time. Push through fear. Love and fear can't coexist. Acknowledge, address, apology, accountability. You got it. Spot on. And you're going to hear about the 4 A's throughout all the work we do. No matter if you're a woman and you're doing her toolbox with us, and that's the program where it's literally all women are showing up. How do you transform the world? By how you show up. You're going to hear it in her toolbox. You're going to hear it in the couple's toolbox. You and your partner, that's going to be your first session. How are y'all really updating y'all communication style? Like, what's it going to be? How's that communication rolling with you and your partner in the couple's toolbox? Like, that's the first session. You have to be able to communicate about stuff. Hey, Chandra. Hey, Rukia. 2 in a week. I'm rolling. And in our pro toolbox, we don't want you at anyone's work site, or even if you work for yourself and it's not a healthy mutual exchange. Like, you're going to hear us going through the 4 A's so often, it's going to be a part of you. And even if you're in a dating toolbox, like, that's the easiest one for you to just get in and get out, get in and get out. But you have to have these communication skills. And the reason we do it and we use the 4 A's so well, and we want you to know them by heart and practice them and use them every day, It's because you have to communicate. We don't want you walking around here on eggshells, can't talk to your boss, can't talk to your colleagues. No, that makes you unhealthy. The whole foundation of WhenLoveWorks is healthy. Healthy in your workplace, healthy with your friends, your family, and your partner. So if you at work and you can't communicate this need, communicate this hurt, we're saying, listen, you about to 4A that thing. You have to create the type of workplace you want. So practice with us in Pro Toolbox. If you in a relationship, or if y'all dating right now or courting, jump in a couple's toolbox and practice with us. Y'all have to be able to communicate. If you're dating, this is easy for you. So get in and get out. Have fun with it. And her toolbox is really for all women, just to how you show up in the world. How do you transform your workplace? How do you transform your house? How do you show up? This weekend, I know a lot of people will be in competitive mode, screaming at TVs and stuff like that, but the relationship is not the place for it. It's not the place. We have to be on the same team, and the only way to get on the same team is to have these conversations. No one taught us this. Like Clarissa, like you were saying earlier, wait, let me get the 4As, because no one really gave us these tools. If we had these conversations in middle school, we wouldn't have experienced, I'll tell you personally, I know I wouldn't experience physical abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse. I know I wouldn't have gone through those things, because I would have been equipped with having the tools to have a conversation about a hurt, or when something was offensive or unhealthy or dysfunctional. But we weren't taught this stuff. So I really push and challenge everyone we work with to have the conversations. Don't sit there comfortably in dysfunction at home. Don't sit comfortably in dysfunction at work. Don't sit comfortably with dysfunction in your family. You can't break up with family, and a lot of y'all not quitting y'all job. So I get it. I really get it. But have these conversations so that you can enjoy healthy workplaces and healthy family interactions, healthy friends. You have to be able to enjoy that. Hey, Colin. Yeah. You want to go? It's here. Huh? It's here. Hey, y'all. I'm back. Sorry. Where was I? Sorry. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, I don't want y'all sitting in no dysfunction. Wait, what you mean, Monique? There has to be willingness. Currently in my workplace, people are unreceptive. Well, that's why I talked about the 4As. I get it. You have to do the work, though. We call people like you that start the work with us love leaders. It's where you're the one, in your example, Monique, you're going to be the one that transforms the workplace into a healthy environment. We've seen it done. We literally do this work in professional organizations, and we teach them how to be love leaders too. We teach them how to use the 4As and hold each other accountable, and how to share their hurt, share their offense, transform dysfunction into health. You could do this across the board in your life, but you have to step up and be the love leader. That's why we specifically, and in your case, Monique, we specifically start with women around her toolbox, and it comes with a workbook. You could do it on your own, or you could just come to the retreat and learn how to be transformative in that way too. But we don't want you to sit in dysfunctional workplaces and wait for them to shift it to health. No, you could get the tool to learn how to be transformative. The first easiest tool to use in almost everyday practice is the 4As. You show up at work and you transform it. They become receptive because of how you show up. That's the goal. You have the ability to be the love leader, to shift it. We can't wait for them. They weren't taught. But anybody that engages this work with us, oh, you can't say you don't know what to do after working with us. Oh, no. You say, that's right, but when it's work too much for an individual, can a relationship be too toxic to lead with love? Oh, you walking right into, Monique, you walking right into the traps. Oh, I love it. Love and fear can't coexist, so it's no such thing as you run out of love or too toxic. But you can make a choice. You could make a choice of, again, if you're not going to quit, and if you're not going to stop engaging with the family because you can't break up with them, then you have to learn how to be the love leader to shift how you engage. You could be the change you want to see especially if you know you're not going to quit tomorrow. But we're not going to let you fall on the excuse of, oh, it's too much, I'm doing too much work. That's when if you're thinking you're doing too much work, then you're thinking from a deficit mindset, as if you're going to run out of love. That's why we tackle that in the first sessions. We are love. You can't run out. So we just give you the tools to use your love, so you're not running out. Like, you don't feel like you're running out. So you don't feel like it's overwhelmed. So you don't feel like it's only one person doing the work. Especially in anything we do. Whether it's her toolbox, pro toolbox, couples toolbox, dating toolbox, you're going to hear us say it all the time. The definition of a healthy relationship is a mutual exchange of time, energy, resources, support, and service. So if you are in a workplace and it's not mutual, you are supposed to be the love leader that has to shift it, or you exit. You stay and do the work, stay and do nothing, or leave. Those are always your three options. If you stay and do the work, then we're inviting you. Become a love leader. Use the 4 A's to hit it. And then you're going to get clear on your pies after that. Like, in your workplace, you're really going to shift, especially if you know you're going to stay there. We can't expect everyone else to shift what we need. That's why the 4 A's is so helpful, because you're sharing with people what you need, how you want to be engaged, how you want to see health in every area of your life. I've used the 4 A's. Again, we do this in professional organizations, and employees are so well practiced with the 4 A's by the time they finish with us that they're calling their bosses out, and they're having the respect that they need to be productive in the workplace. Because that's all you're saying is, I'm a human being. This is how I want to be treated. But we weren't taught this. And we're walking around on eggshells and fear. And love and fear cannot coexist. They can't. They just can't coexist. So if you're not going to leave, then you have 3 choices. Stay and do the work, stay and do nothing, or you got to leave. So get the tools so that you can know what to do in those situations. Family members and workplace, we admit, are challenging, because you can't break up with family. Hey, Julia, congratulations again on publishing. You can't break up with family. You can't, some people can't quit the next day. I get it. Workplace and family are the top challenging areas. I get it. So get it. But you could do something about it. You are the transformative one. And a part of us doing this work is because we recognize that we took 10 years to sort of craft and put together things. And now we're saying, you don't need to take 10 years. Don't struggle. Don't sit there. Get these tools and put them to work. And especially within the Black community, we're like, come on. Nobody else giving us no head start. Let's run. Let's go. Let's take these tools and roll with it. We have enough examples, enough stories, enough of our personal experience for 10 years worth of books. Right? So you don't need to go through that work. I share my story all the time, because that's all I can talk about, according to our confidentiality. We don't talk about nobody's business. We'll tell you ours, but none of our clients. So it's true. Yeah, would you say, Monique, the knowledge of having opposite significant discernment? Yeah, discernment is huge, and I like that you said that word, because what we found too in the past is a lot of people will say, oh, I'm waiting for God to tell me when to move. And God waiting for you. Which is why I love this work. Which is why, again, we were intentional in titling the company When Love Works. Because a lot of people sit and say, oh, I'm waiting for God to tell me, I'm waiting for something to say when I shift. And God is like, you got the tools. Or I'm waiting for you. Whatever you do, I'm going to shift the universe to conspire with you. So this is where we come in. We're like, okay, when love works, when you put it to work, because love is a verb. So when you actually do the work to love through the fear, then here are the tools to do that. And God is not going to ever do what you could do. The challenge is no one taught us this. So when you are given an opportunity to learn and use those tools to push through any fear, any blockage, because like Kimberly said, if you see it on one job, you're going to see it on the next. That's what the universe does. It conspires to give you opportunities to push through fear. And what we've done is said, okay, well, when love works, we're going to give people the tools so that when they see this thing, they don't have to see it again. We truly believe in not letting something kick your ass twice. If you see that one workplace, you shouldn't have to see it again. Transform the situation. Become a love leader. Now, and I recognize all of these are verbs. They're actionable words. You have to do the work. You transform. You shift dysfunction. You become a love leader. You show up. All of those are actionable words. Because we are very clear that this work is work. I'm not saying it's hard work. It just becomes easier the more you practice the tools. It becomes easier the more you have access and know what to even do. But it's still work. I'm not gonna lie and say it's easy. Listen, I had so much work to do. I'm still doing work. We ever evolving. This her toolbox alone, that's just for women. Oh my gosh, the stuff we have to peel away. We literally have her toolbox accompanying a workbook, accompanying a retreat because of everything we have to peel away as women. We have to show up as the caretaker, the provider, the partner, we from the time we're 3 or 4 years old, they gave us a kitchen set and a baby doll. Here, learn how to be a nurturer, learn how to be a provider, caretaker, and we have more to peel away. So that's what we started with us. Because when we show up in all of those things, we're not being authentic. And thus we're going to see the same challenges no matter where we go, at work, in the community, with our partner, and with our family. It's up to us to strip that stuff away. So we were very intentional with starting with her toolbox for women, live group, self-paced group, and a retreat for how to show up. And then we transferred the same work in different areas of your life, though, for Pro Toolbox, because we recognize people are not going to leave their job tomorrow. We recognize it, but there's no way in the world that you should sit there in that dysfunction and be okay with that. That's not fair. That's not fair. Come on, y'all. What questions y'all have? Give me some questions. What questions y'all have? Because I have to jump off here and eat. Thank you, Kimberly, so much for typing too. What questions do y'all have? Knock yourself out. Well, Kimberly put everything here. Everything that's everything. Every link. That's all, y'all. I really just wanted to jump on and just remind you that a relationship is not a place for competition. Same team, have the conversations. If you don't know how, jump in the toolbox. Let's practice. Let's get to work. But just make sure the relationships are healthy, y'all. Healthy is the key word. What you thinking? All right, y'all. I don't see any questions. And I'm sort of technology. I'm trying to catch up. So I'm going to jump off here. I don't see any questions. Thank you for helping out so much, Kimberly. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Letting me share this little tidbit. Because I don't want y'all in competition. And y'all going to visit the website for the retreat. It's a women's only. We're going to Denver, y'all. You want to learn how to show up and be immersed in a process in a weekend? Show up in Denver. Y'all have any questions? Thank you, Kimberly. Put the links to everything, y'all. Everything. Kimberly is our executive assistant. Everything when love works. Every confirmation you've gotten, every email, if you've been on any experience with us, she's very thorough. Love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all can have disagreements and conflicts and arguments, but it has to be, y'all have to still be on the same team. No conflict that can't be resolved. Use those 4 A's and knock it out. Get the tools to show up, be authentic, transform any dysfunction at home, at work, with your partner, and with your family and friends. You got this. We believe in you. You're forever cheerleaders. That's us, y'all. Me and Colin. Your relationship coaches, forever cheering that you are full out loving. We only get one life, y'all. So live it full out. I'll still be checking for your answers too, but I gotta get something to eat. Love y'all to life. Bye.